And we are live. What's going on out there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. I got here the awesome, the great Jor-Els Alexandria.
Yo, yo, yo.
We are back, you guys. It is time for the spoiler discussion. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is. It scared me, but we're doing the live spoiler discussion for The Walking Dead, episode 11, Not Untie. This was actually a really interesting episode, so we're just going to kind of just jump right into it. Jor-Els, did you like this episode, first off?
Yeah, I liked it a lot, actually. I thought it was a solid episode,
Yeah, I did as well. I thought that they did a really good job progressing the story, because I was thinking that they're going to just totally, avoid the Michonne and Rick situation,
Yeah.
But they don't. Like, like one of the first things is like apparent is that Carl was kind of like, oh my gosh, my dad and Michonne, what is going on, Because Carl had like Paul or Jesus on gunpoint. He's like, what are you doing in my house, And he's like, I'm just kind of feeling y'all out.
Yeah.
I thought that it was a classic scene, but there was a lot of moments in the show that they progressing people's story arc, specifically Abraham. They kind of was a little a nail on the head with his, but I did really like this episode. Any of y'all out there, if y'all have any questions, let us know in the comment section below, because unfortunately Jeremy's not going to be able to join us the Gamer 2323, but definitely show him some love. Go to the description bar below and check out his channel if you've never checked it out before. Awesome gaming content. So any of y'all have any questions, let us know. So what was one of your favorite moments, Jor-El, of this episode?
I think I think my favorite moment was the discovery of the hilltop. Like sort of seeing the veil being pulled off of the hilltop was great for me. I think that was my favorite moment, because like it's just like already like a brand new world, literally. So, and I just thought the hilltop was just fascinating, even though we got like more of a general gist of the place as opposed to a walkthrough. Unless there's not much more to it than what we saw anyway. But yeah, I think that was my favorite moment. And of course, the whole just random fight sequence involving the character Gregory, which apparently is like a huge character in the comic books. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts. Like it was a straight salvage sequence. That probably was one of my favorite moments. But definitely, like you said, everything that involved the hilltop and their group, even their dynamics. It was like the guy, Gregory, the way that he kind of just acts, and I don't know, he's just a douchebag, really, in a lot of regards to me. But I think that the fact is that they're kind of like the ones that are being dominated and being controlled by the Saviors, and it adds a lot of insight to Negan's group that you don't expect at all. Like I was like, well, I'll get into like the motivations of what the group decided to do later, but it makes things so much more exciting because they have no idea what they're getting themselves into with this.
I don't know. This was a really interesting episode. I feel like the episodes are getting like faster and faster, and I don't know if that's because like I'm so hyped for like the impending doom of the finale, or and I'm still really curious if verbatim we're actually going to only see Negan in the finale. It's got me questioning that, because I mean, as far as the timeline goes, I mean, we still got episodes 12 through 16 to get through. To not see Negan all the way into the finale seems really bizarre, actually.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Like I feel like I'm really missing something. I mean, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna spend the next 4 episodes tracking him? You know what I mean? Because like events are moving really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, like it's really weird that already we're sort of at this point where Rick's crew is just sort of like, yeah, we'll make this trade, but on our end, we'll just hunt and kill Negan. So I'm curious about that. I feel like I'm really missing something. So I'm really excited about that. And there's something else I was going to say. Oh, I love the whole mentality of them going to Negan. It's not going to work, but I mean, it's a solid idea. That's an interesting approach, like them seeking out him and his crew versus the other way around. Because I was kind of like, how the hell are they going to connect to Daryl blowing those people away with the rocket launcher? You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, dude. I mean, well, that's the thing that, I mean, I didn't necessarily have a problem with it. I think my problem lies because I know who this group is, you know, and I'm like, Daryl, if you knew what you were saying and putting your crew's lives in danger, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know what you're doing. You know, I think that when I was doing my reaction, I was really like, no, this man is savage. You're not ready. Like, that's what I was saying in my heart, you know, but it's understandable because, I mean, they've been that one that's been dominated before, you know, they've been that one that's kind of like having nothing and having to defend themselves, kind of like the group that they're trying to help, you know, and it's understandable them being at that extent, but it's like, I don't know if they're a little arrogant in like their anticipation of what's going to happen and what they have to lose, because one of the people, I think it was either Maggie or Michonne, when they were talking about the whole trade and everything, is like there's something that's gonna be lost. We're gonna have to, you know, lose out on something for this whole transaction to take place. Which Maggie was really strong in this episode, and anytime that happens in The Walking Dead, that person dies. So I'm really I'm really worried, man. Like, I don't know if this is gonna be good. Because if somebody goes and like squeals like, okay, the person that's been negotiating with Gregory is this girl named Maggie, I can literally see Negan taking his group and saying, you know what, we'll play dumb, and I want y'all to go to their camp, and I want y'all to take their camp down, so they have to run back to it, and we'll sweep up the rest. And I really feel like you said, it's like if they're going to go pursue Negan's group now, that means that we're going to see Jeffrey D. Morgan sooner. And I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like there's going to be some kind of thing that's going to be backlash or something that's going to happen to stop that process.
I mean, are you talking about like the possibility of us? Because I almost feel like it would be so interesting if there was a little white lie going on and his first appearance is not in the finale.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
Because, I mean, I don't know, just to me personally, given where the plot is at now, there was way too big of a time gap between us meeting Negan. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? I mean, like, are they on their way to see Negan and like what the hell could have possibly prevent them from meeting Negan? Like, you know, what we're gonna meet him in April? Oh, it's just kind of bizarre.
Yeah, it is really strange. You're right. I mean, it could be seriously a straight up lie, and we literally get to see the man, you know, on the throne, so to speak, or at least maybe a silhouette of him.
I mean, I don't think like, you know, we would see him for like the finale and 2 other episodes, say, but I don't know. It seems we're definitely missing something for sure. Maybe the comic book readers already got a jump on what it is, but yeah, missing something.
I don't know, bro. And I'm a comic book reader. Like, all this mess is like throwing me all off. Like, when Rashawn became a possibility, everything is up for grabs.
Right.
So I don't know.
It's exciting for sure. Gosh, dog.
So I guess let's talk about some things that bugged us about this episode. What were some things that you didn't think was as good this time around than the last few episodes?
Like some flaws with this episode?
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know if I really have any Well, one thing I gotta say, this is like a little minor bullshit, but one thing that sort of bothers me about the Hilltop and Alexandria, and I've been noticing other people say this, is like, where is the fucking community? You know what I'm saying? Every time we've seen shots of Alexandria or the Hilltop, like, I feel like we've seen like 10 motherfuckers like sprinkled outside. Like, isn't this a community? You know what I'm saying? Like where's all the people at? You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in the, you know, the Shire and Lord of the Rings, like there's like people everywhere. I mean, it's not like thousands of people, but I mean, there's a good like, you know, 30 some odd people on screen at all times. If we're talking about outside, you know, shot, at least in the fucking daytime anyway. So
yeah.
For some reason that just sort of irks me in terms of like continuity. You know what I'm saying? Mostly from a filmmaker standpoint, because like, bro, where's the people at? Like, I remember someone said something about the number of people at Alexandria, and I was like, where are these niggas at? Like, what? You know? So that's kind of one thing that irks me. I'm trying to think what else might have. That's the only thing I could think of off the top of my head currently.
Yeah, that's actually a really good thought, because there definitely are members of the Alexandria group that we know, you know, that are major players that just aren't there in episodes. And I think that personally it's got to do with contractually, that certain episodes that they just cannot afford to have everybody in at a certain time. And that would make sense. But it's nitpicky, because at first I was like, oh, dang, well, most of Alexandria died, you know, in the 2 attacks, one by the wolves, one by the, you know, the zombie attack. But there's still a good amount of them that just you don't see. And even when they went to the Hilltop, like you said, like there was really not many people there, but they kind of alluded to that they have people that have babies, they have people that have, you know, this job, that job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. That's a good debate.
I guess there's that, and okay, did they or did they not have spears at the Hilltop? Like,
they did.
Like, they did have spears.
They had all of them as spears.
Okay, like I feel like Alexandria needs spears.
What?
Like, why would you not have spears? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can only have so much fucking ammunition. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the most logical shit ever. You know?
That's true.
But I don't know, flaws. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I thought the episode was a 10 out of 10, but I can't really think of any like substantial flaws. Well, the thing with Abraham, I'm kind of on the fence about. Like, I'm not entirely sold on that concept. It just seemed like someone like looked at Abraham and was like, "Oh fuck, there hasn't been anything interesting happening with him in a while. Let's give him another mental break." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm curious to know what's up with him.
Yeah, it's interesting. I never did my spoiler review. I only did like a non-spoiler review. I really wanted to get into it because my whole thought process, what's going on with him, is that he's always kind of, you know, been with Rosetta because she's been his ride or die, you know. But I've never seen him as in love with her. You know, she was just kind of like, I don't want to call her the F buddy, but basically, you know, they just kind of bump and grind because, you know, there's nobody else there. And it's like his friendship with Sasha and just the way that they kind of handle each other and work well with each other, it's more of a real friendship that could grow into something more. And I think that his mind is starting to realize that he wants to be around her more. And I mean, that makes for an interesting story. It was just like, at first he was kind of like all over the place in the beginning last year. And then now, like, you know, it's apparent that he's starting to have feelings for Sasha. And I think that she really cares about him too. But I'm not sure if she's ready to lose anybody again, you know?
Bro, she I just gotta say real quick, she would totally put him in the most hardcore form of friend zone I've ever seen. I was like, God damn. She even was just like, hey, so I was like, what the fuck? either she's just mad awkward, or that was just the most intense friend zone I've ever seen. Like,
yeah, I
all
don't know. It's definitely she. I mean, she's still battling her own humanity. Like, I can definitely say that for sure, given everything she's gone through. But I think that there is some traction there, because it was like when Abraham got in that situation when he got the RPG or whatever. Before that had happened, you know, they had some really interesting dialogue that alluded to some things on the emotional level that I think that it's going to explore that. But I just worry that by the time they end up getting together, maybe, or even thinking about it, nigga's gonna take that bat to the head, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't think that Sasha's gonna die. I think that Abraham would die in front of her before Sasha would die. And that's the truth of it.
I don't know. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I had this weird theory about Sasha might die, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh man. But I mean, like you said, it was like I'd have to be nitpicky about this episode. It wasn't a 10 out of 10, but it was a really solid episode. Like, it didn't have too many flaws. It was just generally pretty good. And they've been consistent with every single episode. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was pretty engaged by everything, really. I was just fascinated with the whole Hilltop place. I just want to know where the hell they shot this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Hilltop is the weirdest environment I've seen so far. Like, where the fuck is that at? You know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it looks like parts of like North Carolina, Virginia area, but I don't know where they're shooting it, like specifically, but that's what it kind of looks like. But we got to talk about that Rick moment for a second. Like, I just had to bring that up because, you know, Rick was held at knife point, you know, and then all of a sudden this dude just goes savage, just like blood is just spewing out all over his face, and I was like, uh-oh. We're getting bloody face Rick again.
Yeah, I was like, yes, the savage Rick is back. And then he gets up. And it's funny, he mentioned this, Andrew Lincoln, he mentioned to look out for this moment in some interview that I watched recently. And at the time of the interview, I was like, yeah, it'll probably be whatever. But ironically, that moment was completely hilarious. With him just being like, what? like, what the hell? And again, I thought the Abraham moment was just weird with him, like, almost letting that dude choke him out for a second. Like, it's just like, bro, like what? like wake up! What's with you?
Well, you remember when who was it? The guy when he was talking about like losing his wife, you know, like, or when he lost his wife, when he thought that Abraham was about to kill him. His life literally flashed before his eyes, but what he saw was the person that he loved. I think that that's probably what happened to Abraham, that like his life was flashed before his eyes and he surprisingly saw Sasha. That's what I took away from it. But I don't know. All I know,
they are trying to dip into the chocolate. Just all of a sudden, man. Good Lord. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. Crazy. Chocolate love spreading, people.
Ooh-wee. but I'm gonna tell you though, like Rick, I don't know what happened, but it was like a switch turned off in this man's mind. And like even like Michonne was looking at him like, honey, it's okay. We don't have to kill everybody today. I mean, I'll do it if you want to, because I'm game, but we don't have to do it today.
It's I don't know. It's also interesting that the Rick shown is in full effect. You know, like when they were holding hands in the RV for a second, I was like, gosh, dog, things about to get really fucked up, but still, it's interesting.
Oh yeah, everybody in the chat is saying what's up to us, Jor-El. Let's see, I'm gonna try to give some shout outs real quick because I want to try to do that as best we can for people that consistently join.
Yeah.
What up, Joseph Gentry? Thanks for asking how me and Jor-Els doing. We're doing pretty good, man. Rose Zero, what's going on, bro? Thanks for coming through. Black Chocolate, ironically. He says, do you think that when the group tries to kill Negan's people, that Glenn might get captured and killed by Negan? That's interesting.
I don't know. I to be completely honest with you, I don't know what they're doing with Glenn. Like, I've been confused ever since the fucking dumpster situation. So I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, if neither Maggie or Glenn dies this season, that's really fucking bizarre. Especially with the sequence with them sort of looking at the ultrasound or whatever of the baby, and they had the photograph.
Yeah.
They were passing around. I was like, there's too much fucking happiness up in this bitch. Like, something needs to give here.
Yeah.
Personally, I still think that I still think Maggie. I think Maggie's gonna die. That's what I think. Honest to God, I think her and the baby are gonna die savagely.
Well, you know what's interestingly ironic about that is that was what happened to Lori, and they never went there. They killed Lori, but they never killed.
Like, I'm calling it right now, people. I'm calling it now because I'm telling you what, it wouldn't completely save them from the Glenn moment, because I still think the dumpster thing is like literally one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in a TV show ever. Period. I was just like, why? They're like, why? And the only way it makes sense in my brain is that they sort of have like this warped karma effect from that. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, in actuality, Maggie sort of gets the Glenn death. You know what I'm saying? Now that would make me soften my hatred of that dumpster moment for sure. Then it's just like, whoa.
Well, I mean, that's crazy though.
And not to mention another thing that's important to mention is that Lauren Cohen, I think that's her name anyway, she who plays Maggie, when she was talking about the season finale, well, the fact that she was talking about it, of all people, is weird, because she's the person I've been eyeing as my theory to die. And she was hardest day on the job, and all of her time spent on The Walking. And just, I got a feeling. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, it could be her watching Glenn die, but just for her to word it that way is curious. I
think it's a bad situation either way, because if Glenn dies, you know what I'm saying, Maggie, you know, has to live with her baby boy or girl, you know, without a dad. And then if Maggie dies, or if Maggie loses the baby, either way, that whole dynamic of any of them dying, you know, is a bad day. You know, that's like, I don't want to equate it to like Judith dying, but if really seriously, in all seriousness, like if Maggie's baby died, like it'd be really heart-wrenching for a lot of fans that have been shipping for them and their relationship since the beginning. But my main theory, and I just worst come to worst, is that something happens to Judith, Maggie, and her baby. Because I think that any of those, especially all three of them, end up dying, bro, that'd be the saddest day of that show for me personally. Jor-Els, you still there?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you now. You froze for a second.
You were froze for a second.
Weird.
It's weird. Anyway, but you still hear me now, right? Okay. But yeah. I first off, I think killing Glenn is I think it's too late this current time. I think they don't fucked it up and fucked it up good. You know, pass on him another time. But the remedy situation, I still gotta go with my gut. I think Daryl and Maggie may die.
Gosh, bro.
Which is interesting. So yeah, I think the two of them might go this season. That's what I'm feeling. Because those two would pack a just a really disgusting effect for the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be really, really bad. More so with Maggie than Glenn, ironically now, because of the child.
Yeah, and I mean, she's like technically, as far as the hierarchy in the group, even though I would say Michonne is second, she technically is the overseer of the communicational line of the group. So it would make sense for her to die, but it'd be really hurtful to the group, like for her to be taken out. But
yeah, and for the record, I don't want anyone to die, but unfortunately, we're sort of like we're kind of at the point where some bad shit needs to pop off. So
yeah. It's all over the chat. Most people are like they're voting that Glenn's gonna go down. Some people are like, what about Morgan maybe going? I don't think that Morgan's gonna die.
Right, Morgan is probably one of the safest people at the current time. I don't even think I honestly don't even think it would be that big of a deal if Morgan died. I mean, I think it would like hurt people, but it wouldn't be like, if fucking Glenn gets his head smashed in for 40 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a tough situation, but I'm telling you, man, I need to put some money on this shit because I'm telling you, I do not see Glenn dying. I don't think it's happening. For sure not.
Nah. Well, I guess one big question that Black Chocolate had, he was like, what character death do you think would have the most impact out of everybody? That's an interesting question.
But ironically, I would have said Glenn before, despite the rapid love for Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, well, first off, look how people reacted when they thought Glenn was gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that shit was seismic. But I mean, it's Daryl, really. Honestly,
yeah.
That's a real answer.
Yeah, and it makes it bad is that Daryl was the one that's like, yeah, let's go get this dude. Come on, let's go take him out. And I'm like, dude, Daryl, when do you ever do that? When do you ever like go and be like, yeah, let's go just go savage on people?
Guys, Daryl's gonna die. Can't you feel it on the inside? Think about this. No, for real, think about this. Put this together, folks. I know it hurts, but think about this bullshit, all right? Think about the times how many times Daryl has had an awesome moment. Like like more than usual, Daryl's been having some dope moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like with the rocket launcher, you know what I mean? Or him being one of those people to voice the concept of killing Negan, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're prepping him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole Daryl and Rick episode. Think about this shit. For real. They're about to kill your boy, son. You don't remember me telling you this.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like Daryl is one of the most important people, and I think it'd be one of the most impactful people. But I mean, I wish that it didn't seem so set up, because it was like, ironically, Daryl was the one, that blew up the guys.
I mean, we still don't know, but I mean, we truly don't know. I mean, we could be wrong. I highly doubt it. But and then again, there's his whole, his side project, on AMC, which is something to seriously consider. I don't think that's something to sort of just brush underneath the rug. His motorcycle show, you know what I mean? So the actor Norman Reedus, I mean, it's something to consider as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, if this dude ends up saying, yeah, I'm about to make a Boondock Saints 3, y'all know he's gonna die.
Bruh, I think he's dying hard, and I think they're gonna fuck around and kill Maggie at the same goddamn time.
So, well, I guess for time's sake, we'll do one last thing. What is your anticipation for just the next episode, not, I guess, the season as a scope wise?
My anticipation for the next episode. I mean, it's not really that high. I feel like they're stepping forward very carefully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're like, yeah, here we go. And as we get closer to the season finale, then they're going to start really striding along. But I think they're keeping their cards close to the chest currently. In terms of the plot, I mean.
Yeah, they've been really careful, and I like that. I really like that, how close to pay attention to detail they are, character development, pacing. It's like they've improved upon the faults that they had in a lot of other seasons, especially like season 2. But I don't know, man. I got this weird feeling. I feel like somebody's gonna die before we get to the season finale. That's my real bad feeling.
I just gonna pop off even before then, because like we're already in Negan and killer mode. You know what I'm saying? So it would be all Negan like way before the finale. Actually happen.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out next time, y'all. This was pretty good. Jor, you still there? You frozen, man?
The
Hello. Oh, no. Oh, there you go. There you go. I didn't know what happened to you.
I don't know.
But I think our internets are starting to lag out, y'all. But y'all have been awesome. I think it's like 14 people in the chat. I can't believe y'all are here after a day after. We apologize. We had a lot going on last night. I mean, we were going and doing the Oscar check and see what was going on with that. Chris Rock had an interesting monologue. We were doing reaction videos. So I apologize on both of our behalves, but definitely go to Jor-Els' page and check out his reaction to the episode, which is pretty funny. If you go to the description bar below, you can check out his channel. And I'm going to be posting up my reaction that I did record a little bit later, but tonight I got to go watch Gotham. But thanks, everybody, for joining us. It's been really awesome.
Yeah. Been a good time. Good questions. Now we got to wait a whole another week or a few days anyways until next episode. So
yeah, ironically, this is going to be Easter Sunday, so you better be sure something bad is going to probably happen on that show. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Keep it locked. We'll be back soon.
Peace.
Peace.